Derek Carr has officially retired from the NFL, so Kevin, we don't have to think about him. We don't have to talk about him. And Mr. David Carr, you're dead to us. Thomas, hit that intro.
Derek.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour podcast. We never trade up.
If there was a path to give up 3 first-round picks to get Jaden Daniels, I would do it. And I would pick Jaden Daniels.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. As always, we are brought to you by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I'm Ralph Marlboro. I'm joined by Andrew and Kevin. Dave is actually near Kevin in St. Louis, but he didn't have the time or wouldn't make the effort to be near Kevin in St. Louis. He's in Columbia, Missouri or something like that.
Yeah, we could have been dining room chums.
He could have been dining room chums, right? So hi to everybody in the chat. I see a bunch of people in there. Jason Champagne, Will D, Ryan Prindle, Brent, Fresno Saint, Jerry G, Hudak Golfer, a ton of people. Thanks everybody for joining us as always. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about OTAs for the Saints. We're going to talk about what old Saints player is most likely to bounce back and still be good in 2025. We're going to rank Louisiana college logos, and we're going to have a mailbag as always. So, as always, remember, if we reach $100 in donations, I will drink something terrible the patrons have sent me. Thomas, before I tell the people the drinks, how close are we to Only Hands?
As you can see, we are on a 94-week donation streak, and we are almost into single digits. We have 10 weeks to go. We can make it 9 tonight. And
wow, next week will be Drew Brees away from Only Hands. Wow,
I was proud of my Doug Bryan reference. I can't believe Kevin went with Jamie Martin. Wow, that's crazy.
I can't.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't believe we're in the home stretch for this. When Thomas was like, this is what we're going to do, I was like, there is no way people are going to donate for 2 straight years every week $100. There's no way we're doing Only Hands. And we're in the home stretch. Me and my wife, we're planning a photo shoot.
Like a baby.
Stick my hand in, what I'm going to hold.
Thomas, you're going to have to report the Only Hands activity because OnlyFans account, because there's no way I'm going to look at that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Also, some of us may be in states where it could very well be illegal to operate some of these things.
Good point. Yeah. So we're gonna need some updates. And real quick before we go any further, I just want to point out it's an absolute calamity that Dave isn't here today because Kevin is wearing a maroon shirt again. I just want to point out Kevin is currently unplanned.
Yeah.
Oh, interception! Only Hands stands unite.
Whoa, so much generosity at the start of the show. Who that go for 28.3 interception? And
wow,
Ryan super chat, and Ryan Prindle with $2 super chat with donation message. Kool-Aid wearing number 4 is so petty and it's hilarious. And also,
it is.
Thanks to Jason Champagne for donating $12.83 via Stream Elements.
Thank you. All right, 2 shots, coffee, whiskey, that looks disgusting, and sliced apple from Captain Morgan. If I had to do these back to back, that would be really gross and a shame. If I had
to Andrew's point, Andrew is the one who pointed this out on the pre-show conference call. It didn't occur to me. I just threw this shirt on this morning after I got out of the shower and had to get to work. So, yep, it's another maroon shirt. I think I own Kevin, 3 of these.
Of all the shirts in your wardrobe, how many of them are maroon? What
5.
percentage?
How many of them are maroon?
More than 3.
More than 3.
Less than 6.
More than 3. But how many of them can I still wear? I think 3. Because there are still shirts that I own that I haven't gotten rid of or donated or whatever because I just have outgrown them, or it's I'm too big. I hate saying big. I'm too fat or thick to be wearing some of these. Say again?
Have you
down 30 pounds.
Weight?
Haven't I lost weight? Yes.
Yeah. So maybe you can start fitting in these again.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm too like wide now.
He's like
So he lost only the ass mass.
No. I lost some of the gut, but I'm a lot wider.
Still wide.
I'm a little bit wider now, and it just affects everything.
Kevin's buff now.
Let's not say things we can't take back.
Semi-buff.
Speaking of wide, Derek Carr. That segue didn't go like I thought it was going to go. Anyway, Derek Carr's retirement is official, and I don't want to rehash any Derek Carr thing. I just
you do.
I just want to point out that Saints fans, we celebrated it today like it was a national holiday. Like we celebrated the breaking news, and then we celebrated this. I don't know. Would this be like Derek Carr, the breaking news retirement would be like Thanksgiving, and this is like Christmas? Or like that was Christmas Eve and this is Christmas. Like what holidays match? Because I feel like we celebrated all over again today.
Yeah, I mean, I think any excuse to crap on Derek Carr, most Saints fans are going to take it. Like I'm going to stay kind of true to how I've been through the whole thing. Like I never thought Derek Carr was as bad as everyone made him out to be. Like I thought he was a pretty good quarterback. Yeah. I think his undoing was he just like couldn't get on the field. Like he had a lot of injuries, and obviously, especially this past year, like he missed a lot of games. And when you're paying that much to a guy, like you have to be available, you have to play. So that to me, that was the biggest thing. I mean, I am a little nervous about him retiring because we don't really have a succession plan. Like I'm waiting to see what Tyler Shuck looks like. I'm hopeful, but it's not a great situation for Shuck. I would have much rather Carr play this year, and Shuck had been brought along a lot slower. So I don't know. I mean, at this point, like there's so much vitriol and like he's decided to retire. So like I've moved on. So like I've accepted that like Carr's out, and there is some baggage with him and fans, so like it's fine, and I'm looking forward. But like I don't know. I mean, I know I'm in the minority here. Like Carr retiring is not like amazing news. I would have much rather he retire next year to protect Shuck a little bit, and kind of bring him along at like a normal pace. Now he's kind of being thrown into the fire.
Somebody called me a crippled raccoon. I don't know if that's racist or a slur, but he called me a crippled raccoon because I pointed out that Tyler Shuck's
making it rain.
RAS is higher than Josh Allen, and and that made people really mad. He called me a crippled raccoon, and he told me to stop gassing up Tyler Shuck.
Wait, who told you that?
Like, what? Somebody
who
on
told
Twitter.
you that?
Somebody on Twitter, they told me to stop.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to tell me like it was one of the Carr, like a member of the Carr family that was telling you that.
No, they have many of those people, though.
Yeah, but listen, I was going to play the music, but then I realized Disney, Lucasfilm, all of them would come after us, and they are highly litigious. Saints Twitter was basically acting like the end of Return of the Jedi. Everybody on Endor having a grand old party, playing on their little mini Saints helmets that they have in their homes, and just dancing around, and big old yub nub celebration about Derek Carr retiring. And yes, listen, we only acknowledge the original 1983 celebration in this house. I don't care what any of you goofballs talk about elsewhere.
Parenting tip, do not play the Ewok song in the car with your children, because all children under the age of 10 love that song and will play it until your ears. Parenting tip.
Hey, are we going to talk, not to change the subject, but are we going to talk about the Falcons deleting that 28-3 tweet?
We did already.
We did a little last week. We thought in the pregame show that I got, and it wasn't real, but it was real.
Right. I literally thought that it was Ralph was all in on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hang on a second. Something that sounds too good to be true.
Yeah,
and
Ralph messed up the players, you know. That's what
My bullshit detector was screaming at me, and I said, Ralph, I think you've been taken.
Yeah.
And then he tried telling me about this wonderful.
To be
right. Then he tried telling me about this wonderful email he'd gotten from a prince in Africa who was saying he was going to invest in the Saints. He just had to get his routing number and all that kind of stuff.
He just needed his social security numbers, right?
Correct. So I just thought there's no way in hell that the Falcons' official Twitter account would be stupid enough to post a photo of players on their team with the numbers 28 and 3 by themselves standing next to one another. There's no way anyone affiliated with that organization would take that photo, say, that's a good picture, we should put that out for the public to see, and then do it.
Do you think there's any chance that Fontenot is a mole?
I believe that. I was going to say,
if Fontenot hired the intern who tweeted this out, that answer is 100% yes.
If Fontenot was trying to destroy the Falcons, what would he be doing differently?
I know. Just thinking that, like, if someone were like, hey, I want to nuke this team. Hey, let's give Kirk Cousins over $150 million. And then after we do that, let's draft a quarterback that's like 25th best in the draft. Let's draft him at 8.
And make sure he has bad knees.
Yeah.
Really bad knees, like knees of an 80-year-old man. Here's my question, Kevin. Listen, you and me, we're big on vibes. I want to make the argument that of all the teams in the NFC South, the Falcons have the worst vibes. They're tweeting out 28-3 pictures themselves. Their defensive coordinator's son prank called Shedeur Sanders, and the defensive coordinator got fined $100,000?
Yeah.
And they traded a future first-round pick away for a dude that they had to have a conference call with his mom to make sure that he really likes football. Am I crazy to say the Atlanta Falcons are having the worst off-season vibes of any NFC South team?
It certainly feels that way because I haven't heard jack squat about the Panthers. Mm-hmm. Haven't seen or heard much from Tampa, but then again, I think I blocked that one or two of those clowns from Tampa that kept trying to initiate some kind of rivalry.
When are the Falcons not bad vibes? Like, this is the most obvious question ever. Of course it's bad vibes. It's never good vibes. It's the Falcons we're talking about. They blew a Super Bowl when they were up 28-3.
Like, when was the last time that they had
to try to make people believe that they actually have fans? Guess what? They don't. I mean, every time the Saints play them, the whole stadium is half full of Saints fans. We just take over like it's New Orleans of the North. I mean, the franchise is a joke. Of course.
I think the last time the Falcons might have had good vibes was when
never.
No. Here's the funny thing. I'm about to say something, and I'm not even confident that this is in fact them. I think the last time they had remotely good vibes in the offseason is when they had a schedule release video that was like Game of Thrones centric. I think it was Game of Thrones centric. And they had some semi-amusing dig at the Saints where I was just like, all right, that's clever. Go fuck yourselves. But, whatever. That's about it. That's about it.
Bobby Hebert, Morton Anderson, Joe Horn, Brett Maxey, Ironhead Hayward. There's a long history here that predates Fontenot, that predates Ryan Nielsen, that predates Onyemata, Caden Ellis. Like, The Falcons' whole strategy for decades now has been, let's just rob guys from the Saints. Let's just do what the Saints are doing. Maybe that'll work out for us. They have such a long history of, and half the time the guys they get from us, they weren't that good for us.
Yeah. I'll say this. I know we feel like the Saints are going to be, could be a potentially rough season, but I'm here to tell you, Andrew, if some kind of way the Saints finish ahead of the Falcons this year, I really think it will break that fan base in a way that it's not comparable to blowing a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl, but it'll be the worst thing that's happened to them since then, because they are all in for this year. And if they can't be ahead of the Saints when the Saints have a new coach and a new quarterback and a defense that averages 40 years old, it's going to break them. I'm here.
I mean, honestly, I would go a step further and say that if they have a better record than us, but A, they don't make the playoffs, and B, they somehow lost to us once, so like we split the series, that would be enough to break them. Like, I mean, honestly, like if they're ever going to sweep the Saints, this is the year.
Well, shit, you said Andrew have personally said on this pod, you would accept the Saints going 2-15 this coming season if the 2 wins were the Falcons.
Yes. Yeah, I stand by that.
Before we get to our next topic, final question of this segment, and I want both of you to answer. What's more likely, Andrew? The Saints have a top 5 pick, or Terry Fontenot is working for the Saints next offseason?
Yes, I think both are happening. But if I had to say more likely, like I have like so much, it's like the opposite of not having faith. I have so much confidence in the Falcons being awful and blowing it. Like I'm just so confident. Every year you do this, Ralph, you're like, Andrew, I think this is going to year the Falcons are going to be pretty good. And I'm like, of course they're not going to be good. They're going to blow it.
That's right.
That's what they do. That's what they are. And sure enough, every year I'm right. And this year's not going to be any different. And you know what? Like, I am eyes wide open here. Like, I know this is likely to be a really rough season for the Saints. So I may spend a lot of my time hate watching the Falcons. I may spend more time enjoying their demise than I will the handful of wins that we get. So
the only thing that would make their demise better is I don't like the fact that the Falcons' demise improves a draft pick for the Rams, but I'll get over it. Kevin, more likely.
Good point. That's enough.
More likely that the Saints have a top 5 pick. See, what I think is going to happen, in fact, this is what I want to have happen. I want the Falcons to do just well enough and barely miss the playoffs in backbreaking fashion again. And they hastily fire Jerry Fontenot, who, because of his resume...
Jerry?
Who... Jerry, Gene, George, whatever the hell.
Je ne peux pas dire le nom de quelqu'un correctement.
Him too. Fontenot, somehow or another, somebody in the Carolina Panthers or the Tampa Bay Bucks organizations liked the cut of Mr. Fontenot's jib. And they decide to bring him in as a consultant. And then Mr. Fontenot can be that Grim Reaper meme where he's knocked on the door of the Falcons. He will then knock on the door of the Tampa Bay Bucks, and then he will knock on the door of the Carolina Panthers. And then once he's fired from those teams subsequently, we can then hire him back and put his name up in the rafters as an executive, next to Jim Finks or the cat who was the councilman, the city, Arnie Filko. I don't know how I'm remembering these names, yet I'm screwing up Fontenot's name.
And then the Saints, to rub it in, when they announce Fontenot is back, Andrew, they could they could show the video clip from Shawshank Redemption of Morgan Freeman walking on the beach and Andy Dufresne on the boat, and the two guys hugging, like Fontenot and Loomis, reuniting again. So listen, I saw a lot of chatter on Saints Twitter, and people were talking about it. Saints have a lot of old dudes on defense, and Brandon Staley was making the media rounds this week. He talked to Jeff Duncan, and people are, But I was thinking about it, and a lot of people on Saints Twitter were saying, "Hey, I don't want the old guys. I don't want them to perform well in 2025. I want them gone for 2026. I want all the young guys playing. I want all these old guys off the roster for 2026." And I just got to thinking, Andrew, that the Saints have so many old guys on defense. It's probably not likely that all of them are going to be really bad and not worth keeping. So if you had to pick one guy on the defense that's either been old or not been producing like fans want, and you had to say that guy is going to be good enough to where the Saints are going to be like, you want to play another year, or we're going to keep you around, who would you pick from the defense of the old guys?
So my choices are Matthew, Cam Jordan, or DeMario, right? One of those three?
Yeah, and I guess...
Is there anyone else you would consider a candidate?
I mean, I guess you could pick Saunders. He's not that old.
Colin Saunders.
Saunders is 28.
28. He's not
that old. He's just not that good.
You want to add Nathan Shepard? He's 31.
I mean, I think what we're talking about here is guys that used to be great that are now washed, and can they dip into the fountain of youth for a year and kind of bounce back? Is that kind of to me, those are the three candidates. You got to.
That's right.
Basically, you're telling me pick one of those three players.
That's right.
So I would say, this is a tough one. I guess I'll go with Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, that was nice.
And the reason I say that is I just think, he's still a playmaker. He's still a guy that can read a defense and make a play on the ball. So maybe his interception total is 5 or 6 picks this year, and he has a nice season.
Tigers.
I don't really see Demario Davis getting any better. Same with Cam. Like, those guys just look cooked to me. So I'll go with Tyrann Mathieu.
Brandon cooked.
I feel like at free safety you can be a little bit slower, and if you have good instincts and you make a good read and a good break on the ball, you can still make a play.
Yeah. Kevin, who would you choose of the old guys to bounce back?
I like Andrew's reasoning, and it makes sense. But if I had to pick, I would pick Cam.
Oh.
Because
for sentimental reasons, I want Cam to have a double-digit sack season and strengthen it.
Well, I mean, not just sentimental reasons. Like, I just worry. Hang on, I want to make sure I'm looking at this right. Like, in terms of defensive end, like, the guys who would replace him, like, listed as defensive end on this team are Isaiah Foskey, and I'm talking young guys.
Yeah, but they were talking about maybe that Cam's going to be on the outside linebacker, so he'll be doing standing up, which is weird.
Okay, well, but still, feasibly, these defensive ends here could also be listed as outside linebackers. So, where the hell was I? Damn it. Foskey, Fidel Diggs. And then, like, you want to look at some of these linebackers, like I'm happy with us getting our guy. Sorry, the chicken is very seasoned, and I'm adjusting.
What do you think Cam would have to do for the Saints to be like, come on back, Cam, come on back for 2026? Like, what do you think?
Do we want to do that? Like do we want to do that? Like, can't we just say Cam has 5 sacks, maybe 5.5 in his in this season, and he rides off into the sunset?
No, because the question was they'll play so good, which guys that the Saints will want them back.
Yeah, I don't think that scenario would make us want him back. I think he's got to have like 8 seconds.
Okay, fine. 7.5.
Ooh. Yeah. I think I think so. I'm gonna go.
God.
You might as well pick DeMario.
My thing is, I think DeMario. I think he can still be pretty good. The one thing about him, though, Andrew, is he's still playing, but even more so than Cam, and even more so than Tyrann Mathieu, he's starting to get nicked up, and I just worry that I'm going to say DeMario Davis, and I could see him still having a really good year, but I could also see him being like, oh, he pulled a hammy second week of camp, and it's slow, and it's, it's just
I could see the storyline, on NOLA.com or with New Orleans Football or whatever, like the storyline of how the Brandon Staley defense, as this player has aged, and it could be Cam, it could be DeMario, it could be Tyrann Mathieu, the system allowed them to operate in a way that while their skills were declining, they were able to age a little bit more gracefully. Whereas in a 4-3, they were exposed. So I don't know. I don't really know what that looks like for each position, but it's possible. Look, I think it could go one of two ways, right? A change in scheme could either be like a welcome thing where they're like, oh yeah, I can find a way at my age to make it work. Or it's like, man, I got to change systems. I don't know that I'm the right fit for this defense. And I think that's probably the more likely scenario. I also, part of the reason I picked Mathieu is I just feel like the scheme change is going to be the least impactful on the defensive backs. At the end of the day, they still have to cover. They still have to, but for an end, it might be moving an outside linebacker for your middle linebacker to now be in a 2 linebacker. I don't know. I think Cam is probably the most impacted by this change, and I would say Mathieu is the least. So,
and I think too. I could see the Saints being to Tyrann Mathieu being like, listen, you're only going to play this amount of plays, and when you play, your job is to hunt big plays. So he only plays 35-40% of snaps, but he's always making big plays if the defense is decent. I will say this. The most fun of the old guys to be good is Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan getting 8-9 sacks.
Mathieu getting 7 picks would be fun, Ralph. I would say that's on equal footing.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. Kellen Moore, what I don't want is a situation like Stephon Anthony's rookie year where he's running in the wrong direction and they feel like they're forced to start him because they spent a first-round pick on him and they traded Jimmy Graham away. And so they were like, yeah, he's just going to learn on the job. We're sticking with him. If Cam Jordan or DeMario Davis can't cut it anymore and you have a player on your roster that's better than them, then you better play those guys. So what I think would upset me is if Kellen Moore continues to play guys that clearly aren't cutting it. Yeah. Just because of their tenure and we've committed to these guys and doing right by them. No,
I don't think
if you've got linebackers that can play better than DeMario Davis, I'm not saying we do, but if that's the case, you got to bench those guys or do whatever you need to do.
I don't think Kevin. I don't think this coaching staff is that committed. I think if Stutzman, Sanker. These guys, if they're better, they're going to play. Especially,
I hope so.
Especially, Kevin, post Halloween, if the Saints are really bad, then I think the kids come in. Thomas, give us a donation update. How far are we from me having a drink, and are we in danger of not having only hands?
Yeah, so we are almost exactly halfway there. We had a couple new donations, which I did have a occasion to mention. $2 super chat from Ryan Prindle with a message: Ian Book was far worse than Carr was, and $5 tip via Stream Elements. Best way to donate from Jason Champagne. with
right.
message, always remember, kids, hand shot first. And Who That Golfer is still in the MVP lead with $20.3.
And you can donate Venmo. I'll check it out. We don't have any donations, but if we do, I will shout you out. So do
Exclamation
it.
point Venmo in the chat.
So after Thomas gets back from vacation, we'll preview the bracket, the Saints Happy Hour Summer bracket, which is amazing. You're gonna love it. But tonight we're gonna do a different thing. We had this in the holster. We did this a while ago, but we're gonna do it tonight. They had a thing on TikTok or Twitter, I think, and it was all the major colleges in Louisiana, and it was their logos. And we got into a pretty fierce argument on our group chat. We were ranking the logos and arguing about it. So each of us did a ranking, and we're gonna go through that. But we're gonna start. Dave's not here. Thomas, don't go on as long a rant as you did in the behind the scenes pregame.
Wait,
show.
you want to start with Dave?
I want to start with Dave because
I thought you wanted it for last.
Okay,
No, let's start with Dave.
Let's start with Dave. Thomas was irate about the
Like
quality.
I mean, I wanted to give people an idea first. With show you.
No, we just want to we want to shit on Dave for as long as possible. So let's go. We're gonna rank these things. This is a ranking. Dave's not here, so Thomas, explain how Dave did his rankings and what he sent you.
I mean, I'm not going to repeat the whole rant because that's in the behind the scenes. I'm not going to rant twice.
Glorious, you should become a member.
I simply asked him for ranking from 1 to 10 because we have 10 logos. And he sent me this longest voice message. So this is going to be pretty painful, guys. Get ready.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I can't be with you guys today on the big show. I'm actually traveling. I'm currently actually sitting at St. Louis Lambert Airport. So I'm in Kevin's neck of the woods on my way to beautiful Como, Columbia, Missouri. But I did want to offer my opinion on the New Orleans top 10 Louisiana logos. I'll say this. I think we can just immediately throw away Southern University, Southeastern University, ULL, whatever they're called, UL, whatever they're called now, the Raging Cajuns, even McNeese. I mean, McNeese is disappointing because McNeese could have a cool logo. I think all those get thrown away, and the ones you're left with are the top ones. And I know we're a Saints podcast, and so I'm sure we're all partial to number 2, the black and gold fleur-de-lis. But my whole thing is I know LSU has other logos, some vintage logos, including
how long does this go?
Cat logo,
Too long.
Tiger
It's
logo,
hard.
I hate this
which
already.
I think is way cooler than the one that they're using currently.
Can't blame you.
And also Tulane has way cooler logos that we could be using other than the Angry Wave. But
Does he think, does he think we're actually listening to
I'm
all this?
partial, so I'm only going to rank 1, and that's going to be Tulane at number 1. They went ahead and created their own logo. Angry Wave, a wave with a face on it, is totally unique. Everything else is something that already exists in nature or in the real world. So I'm sure some of you guys, soccer fans, the Andrews and the Ralphs, may be partial to the Knowles rugby logo because it's got that soccer vibe, football club vibe, but that's misguided. And I know you guys are LSU fans, but I really want you to search in your hearts.
Oh, it's a deception! Did they record this from the toilet?
The best logos in all sports. And also, fun fact, the only college team to have green and blue as their 2 primary colors.
What is he talking about?
I want to thank whoever just donated that for interrupting Dave. That was way funnier than anything Dave has said the last 2 minutes.
Shut up, Dave. 28.3 interception. We are almost there.
Yeah, Dave recorded that from the toilet tank, from inside the toilet tank. That's how that. That's what that sounds.
I think he was on Dexter's table in a basement. He was recording it from there.
Yeah, somebody. Kevin,
It's a deception! We all need a drink after that.
Oh, damn! Schmangy 100 Buckaroo interception!
Wow. Wow.
Taking us over the edge. Let me switch the graphic.
That means Ralph is close to a second shot.
So that means we are $22 away from Ralph having to drink a double.
10 weeks
So
to
if
go.
somebody wants to get in with $22, go ahead.
Not 22.
Weeks to go.
Not 22. $2 away. Just $2.
I'll give people a chance. I'll do the
The
double.
magical number 9.
Yeah, someone donate $2.
Damn Schmengi. The Canadian dream.
I'll be honest. I didn't listen to a word Dave said.
I think he said that he
Making it rain.
Shocker. There we go. Okay, go ahead, Ralph. Let's knock this out.
A quick one.
Nope.
Wow.
I mean, that was my, my whole.
So what?
Prime yourself with apple. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go apple
first because I think that's going to be tasty.
Okay, I'll go apple coffee for
Yeah.
Wait a second. Come on, chill out, Ralph. Let me switch the webcam. Pay attention. I know you're eager, man. Let me turn on the puke meter.
All right.
You ready?
This smells really good. All right, here we go. Oh no, that was gross.
Wait. Give us a score.
It's like a 7. It's really gross. Like that didn't taste like apple at all.
That's a 6.
Yeah, it's a 6.
Right. Coffee whiskey made in Kentucky with whiskey and rich coffee. All right, 66 proof. Here we go.
Got him.
Oh, just fuck. Hey, Sally, I need assistance.
That looks like an 8.
Oh, who played that?
That was me.
It is.
Damn nice.
It's like an 8. The double shots, man. I can't.
real 8.
I'm not.
A legit 8.
Yeah.
Legit 8. A legit 8. That coffee was nasty. But it had that.
It seems like you had two bad ones today.
It had like it had that thickness that I don't like. I like it when it's
Ralph doesn't like them thick. He likes them very slim.
I like them slim.
This is happening. Lube up.
That sounded clearer than anything Dave recorded and sent to us today.
Yeah,
that's the best contribution we've gotten from Dave in weeks.
Hey,
Why is that quality so terrible? It does not sound like that on my phone.
Dude, that quality, the quality of Dave's song on his phone is like a Grammy award winning compared to whatever he recorded in the toilet in Colombia.
Yeah.
So anyway, Dave, I was listening a little bit. Dave did say that he was ranking Tulane number 1, and that everything else. It sounded like you saying everything else is not worth ranking. So, shocker.
Yeah, and it took him 2 minutes to say that.
Yeah,
I'll go next.
Way to take the assignment seriously, Dave.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make people mad. Put mine up there, Thomas. I'm gonna make people I'm gonna make people really mad because
Am I supposed to see my rankings ahead of time?
Yeah,
you
gonna
did.
make people.
I did.
I'm gonna make people really mad. The Raging Cajun logo is garbage. 10.
Yes.
But I really, really like the Privateer logo. I ranked it number 1. I think it's cool. If UNO wasn't a commuter school and like donate and had a sports department that they spent more than $5 on, that logo could be all over the city. It's a cool logo. It's number 1. I rated that number 1. I rated the Saints number 2. And I'm glad I rated McNeese Cowboy ahead of Tulane because Dave deserves that for that piece of crap that he turned in from the toilet in Columbia. So that's my ranking. I don't like the Pelicans. I like the name. The New Orleans Pelicans is a cool name. Their logo kind of stinks. LSU logo, meh. Southeastern, meh. Southern Jaguar could be cooler, could be better. The rugby team, garbage. So that's my rankings.
I mean, Ralph, you should tell people, I think, which LSU logo you are talking about, because it's, there's many logos from LSU.
It's the tiger.
Well, it's the LSU. The LSU. It's the tiger. It's not the block LSU. It's the tiger logo.
I guess same with Tulane, right?
No, hang on a second.
The Tulane is the angry wave. The Tulane logo.
Right, but you got to have. But there's a specific year, so I think it's the. Shoot, it's like the 19. It's almost like the 1977 secondary logo. Like it's like a secondary LSU logo, like 1977 to the 2010s.
My biggest gripe with this ranking that Ralph has is McNeese at 3. I mean, that Mustang with a cowboy and a big M in the middle, like that, it's just absolutely awful. And for Ralph to think that's the third best logo is absolutely insane.
Well,
I agree with that.
I might have ranked this when they won a tournament game, and I love Will Wade, and I'll never get over LSU firing him. Might have been around that time. But I stand by. I like the McNeese logo. I like it.
All right. You want to put mine up next, Thomas?
Yeah.
I can if you want me.
Yeah, go.
Right. Andrew.
Number 10, I'm with you, Ralph. The Ragin' Cajuns, they literally just spelled out the word. Absolutely terrible. Dead last, number 10.
No. But you see, the comma behind the N is a chili.
I guess you're
Chill
right.
out, Kevin.
Or the apostrophe, I'm sorry.
I hate it even more. Number 1, I had the Saints. Like, you just can't beat a gold fleur-de-lis in a black background. You just can't. Like, maybe I'm biased, but since I was very young, I've always thought the fleur-de-lis symbol is just like the coolest thing ever.
Do you prefer the gold one or the black one?
The gold one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer the gold one. So, it's a great look. It's super cool. It's also like there's mystique to it. Like a lot of people are like, what's the fleur-de-lis? What is that? And there's tons of rich like French history and all that. Like, anyway, like to me, that's way cooler than I would put the Saints logo up against any NFL team. Like
only professional sports team in America with a flower as a logo.
Yeah, but it works, right? Like I would say 99% of flowers, you'd be like, that's the worst logo I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
But this one works. Number 2, I think you and Dave are both dead wrong. I think the rugby team has a kick-ass logo.
God.
I think it's awesome. I think I like that there's NOLA in it. I like that you have the fleur-de-lis at the top. I like the shield. It's a slick look. It's cool. I like
you
the
spent
colors.
too much time in Europe.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, it looks like a football team's. The soccer team's logo.
Yeah,
it does.
I also liked UNO, Ralph. So I'm with you on that. I had them at 4. I kind of like the Pelicans logo. I had them at 5. I had Tulane at 3, but I'm starting to regret that. I'm wondering if I should knock that down.
Then Tulane higher than the LSU.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that in a minute.
Where's Oppenheimer? Well, you need him.
I like the Tulane logo, but I just don't like, that. What do you call those things that cheerleaders use to project their voice?
Megaphone?
I mean, it's not really a megaphone. It's like a tube. It's not electronic, though. It's like,
but I think it is like a
fucking
I think it is a megaphone.
You still call that a megaphone?
I think it is.
Okay. Well, that's weird. What is that doing in the Angry Wave's hand? Like, is the Angry Wave a cheerleader? Like, what's going on here?
So, and how can a wave have hands?
Yeah, that's bizarre. So
it kind of looks out of place.
It looks out of place, and like if remove that, and I think it's a pretty strong logo. Yeah. But the megaphone is bugging me. So I might swap Pelicans and Tulane if I could redo it. At the bottom, I have Ragin' Cajuns at 10. Southern, I mean, what the hell is that? Like that's 9, and they're lucky that I have them at 9 because honestly, that deserves last place. Ragin' Cajuns just put no effort into. Ragin' Cajuns is seriously like someone at the top was like, let's put no effort into this whatsoever and just spell the name and be done with this. It's like no one could agree on what the logo should be, and someone got pissed off and just said, you know what, we're just gonna spell it. So that's what that feels like. You know, the LSU Tiger face, I have that at 8. Look, I'm an LSU fan. I love LSU, but I just feel like the LSU logo, like, why is the tiger face a circle? Why is the shape of the tiger a circle? It makes no sense. I think the logo is kind of weird. And then just going back to what I had before, I have McNeese at 7. I think that logo, really the bottom 4, I think, are all terrible. And you could decide which one, how you want to order them, but all 4 of them are bad. And then, you know, at 6, I have Southeastern. So there you go.
All right. Before we get to Kevin ranking the logos, Andrew, you get 90 seconds. Your beloved PSG won the Champions League. You sent me a novel today on the text message when we were going back and forth. You are super pumped. PSG finally did the thing of winning the Champions League.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, look, they've had a lot of success without Mbappe. They've had success in Champions League in the sense that they've made finals, they've made semifinals, but they've never won it. So I've been waiting for this my whole life. I've been a fan of the team since I was 5 years old. So this was huge for me. And honestly, like, it reminded me a lot of the Saints in 2006. Like, when Sean Payton took over, he was like, this team has a bad history, but, like, we're done with that. This coach that just came in, Luis Enrique, he shipped out all the stars. And it's just incredible that he was able to win with, like, a bunch of youngsters, a bunch of talented players, but unproven talent. And, you know, everyone kind of thought, well, this is going to be a rebuilding year and, you know, they're not going to win overnight, but maybe he can build in a couple of years to being a champion. But, like, he did it overnight with this young team. It's just unbelievable that they pulled this off. And yeah, it's awesome.
And one final thing, people that don't follow European soccer, PSG has lost in the Champions League in some horrific ways. Like, I would say, like, 70% of Lionel Messi's, like, European legacy is crapping on PSG before he went to PSG and didn't care about playing anymore. Like, didn't they have a game where they were up like 4-0 going into the second leg of a match and, like, blew it?
Yeah, let's not talk about the remontada.
So, like, it's a huge deal though. Like it is, like, PSG.
I mean,
like,
it feels like the Saints winning the Super Bowl in 2009. Like, it is that unbelievable that they finally pulled this off. Yeah, I'm really pumped. It's awesome.
All right, Wargot wants a full menu of your dinner and then do your rankings.
It was just chicken. It was just chicken. Just chicken, a little bit of olive oil with some chili pepper, cilantro. Wait, was it cilantro? Whatever.
Listen, people, make fun of Kevin all you want for what he eats chicken
and some garlic salt.
Dude's down 30 pounds. So
yeah, I'm down 30. I'm down 30 pounds since December of 2023.
So it's a slow, methodical, lasting process.
Yeah.
It's not yo-yo diets.
Right. Okay. So yeah, and some of the weight has come from the top of my head every time you guys see me, like, bend down here. Yeah, there you go. Snap a photo of that, Tomas.
Jesus.
All right.
What?
Don't scare people, man. Come on.
Well, look, I'm giving you guys ammo here. It's like I got the maroon shirt on. I'm eating chicken during the damn pod. Might as well add the fading hair.
Well,
all right, so I got the.
Kevin, no offense, man, but if I'm gonna mock someone for their head, it's not gonna be you. It's gonna be Dave.
All right, well, good.
All right, so get.
That's why I've always liked you, Andrew.
So who's number one for logos?
No. I'm starting from the back, man. Gotta start from the back.
This is gonna be controversial.
Okay.
Very controversial.
No, it's not.
No, it's not?
No, it's not. No.
You have Raging Cajuns number 1, don't you?
No, I have Raging Cajuns. No, I have Raging Cajuns 10. I listed them out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, that's how I wrote them.
No way. So I got it backwards?
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be some bullshittery, man.
I saw the Saints at 10.
I literally typed it out.
For people only listening.
I literally typed it out 10. I typed it out from... I put the numbers 10-1. I even put the numbers in there.
Everyone put it from number 1, man.
Yeah,
so confusing, man.
Honestly, the smoking gun here, Thomas, and this is why this is on you. You have Raging Cajuns at 1 and the Saints logo at 10.
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, maybe he's mad or something, man. I don't know, man.
Being like, he must have reversed the scoring method.
Maybe he's trolling or something, man.
Even people that go to Louisiana Lafayette know the logo sucks. Like,
right. So
this is on you, Thomas.
Right. So look, Raging Cajuns. I mean, it's basic. Like that logo, especially once I noticed the chili pepper as the apostrophe, I was like, oh, this is like how Burger King. I hope it's the right one. There's a Burger King in bumfuck nowhere, Illinois, that is allowed to be Burger King, but doesn't have to affiliate with the national chain Burger King, and the national chain can't open its own store in this town. So it gets to be the original Burger King in this little town. The comparison here is this Raging Cajuns is basically the Chili's that is allowed to operate in Lafayette, but the Chili's franchise, the Chili's corporation, is not allowed to open a Chili's in Lafayette. It's the only restaurant there is the Raging Cajuns. That's it.
So they have, So instead of the Whopper, they have the Bopper. And instead of the baby back ribs, they have the baby back rib, right? So it's
something like that. It's something like that. So 9 was the lion head. It's very, it's very grammar school, eighth grade boys basketball team.
I'm a little surprised that you have that below McNeese and Southern.
Could Chat GPT, if we said to Chat GPT right now, if we said Chat GPT, improve the Raging Cajuns logo, improve Southeast Louisiana ham, and improve Southern University, do you think Chat GPT could come up with something better right now?
Let's put it to the test.
Yeah, let's burn some trees here. Yeah, I put that behind McNeese just because, again, the lion head, it just gives off grade school athletic vibes, at best, junior varsity and high school vibes.
Middle school vibes, strong middle school
vibes. McNeese at least looks like a high school football team logo.
Would you want it to completely reimagine the lion head or modernize it and toughen it up?
I wanted to modernize it and tough it up.
So that's why I've got McNeese at number 8. Southern, like, I at least like that they have a little bit of like a tint and a tilt on the S and the U. I do like how the leopard or panther or jaguar, is like crouching up over the top of the letters. I like that. The LSU logo, I'm kind of indifferent to it, so hence it gets stuck in the middle. The rugby logo, the rugby logo to me is fine. Everything Juge said about it, I totally agree with. I like the shield. I like the layout of it. I like the little crowd.
Oh, you like the shield, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Roger
Goodell. I like the shield. I like the shield on the NOLA rugby logo. But I've got that behind the top 4. I like the Pelicans logo. It grew on me pretty quickly.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
I think it's great.
Like, I'm sure there are semi-amateur, semi-professional Photoshop graphic designers who could come up with some cooler looking things. But this Pelicans logo, compared to everything else on this list, is the 4th best among them.
Well, there is one thing we should mention.
Man. All right, here's the picture. Do you guys want to? Can you zoom in on this? It looks amazing.
Well, can you send it to Tomas and just have him put it on the thing?
No, we can see it. It looks.
Oh,
wow.
that's way better.
It's way better.
Right, sorry, I'm trying to find.
It's kind of
up.
Move it up a little bit. There.
And to your right.
It kind of looks familiar. I don't know.
That's stronger. It's at least.
Yeah, that's way stronger.
Way better.
Good Lord.
Honestly, if this was the logo, like the one that ChatGPT just made up, like this is probably number 2 after the Saints Fleur-de-Lis.
like honestly, that would jump it up. I'd probably put that above the rugby logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ChatGPT can improve Raging Cajuns?
This lion has fangs. It looks intimidating. It looks like it's ready to pounce. It looks angry. You know, they probably would shoot it down because they would say that it's not family appropriate. You know, they would say, this might scare kids.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like the logos from Polish football league. I mean
whatever. I mean,
American football league.
You got the green wave, and that's an angry looking wave coming at you. I mean, like about to ruin your community. I guess I don't know, but I like it because of how clever it is, and also it looks like the. I always liked the LAS mascot. This is like a hyper-local New Orleans thing. There used to be like a siding company called LAS, and their logo was like this ugly green puppet. I can't remember what the hell they called it, but it looks like the Tulane Green Wave logo, except it was just all green and had a bunch of legs on it. Anyway, I like the Tulane logo. I do like the baby blue. I really love the baby blue. The number 2 is the Privateers. I briefly considered making it number 1, but look, UNO actually having something that cool should almost be. It feels illegal, like UNO having anything looking that cool, and yet here we are. It's a really cool Privateer logo, tri-corner.
That's fucking illegal.
Captain's hat with the little fleur-de-lis in there, and even the whole logo itself, it looks fleur-de-lis-esque. But that, I'm not getting any of those tattooed on me.
I was just about to say, maybe the most amazing thing about Thomas getting confused about your ranking is that you thought enough of the fleur-de-lis that you actually tattooed it on your skin.
Yeah, I was about to
Thomas still thought that you thought that was the 10th best logo on here.
Yeah, I got it. Hang on.
Whoa, peep show.
Well, no, hang on. I'm covering it up, so it's not. Wait a minute. Damn it. Why can't I get a good angle on this?
There you go.
So I got it tattooed. No, I'm covering the nipple. It's perfectly fine, YouTube. I got it tattooed on me, like right above the nipple. Like that hurt, okay? I went through a great deal of pain getting this put on me, and it ain't just for shits and giggles. So, you know,
okay,
that logo's number 1.
Okay, I think AI was a really bad idea.
Well, of course it has been.
It just made the Raging Cajun logo. It somehow made it worse.
No way.
Is that possible?
Yeah, it did. Thomas, I just sent it to you. I asked Google at Gemini. I said, make the Raging Cajuns logo cooler. And
wait, where did you send it?
It sounds like ChatGPT's maybe a little
I sent
better.
it to your. I sent it to Discord. I sent it to your DMs, Thomas.
What the hell? I don't see it. You sure?
Let me see.
Maybe you didn't hit send.
That'd be hilarious if you didn't hit send.
There
Whoa! It kind of looks like a fucking Polish graffiti, man.
But I said Gemini, make this logo look cooler, and
no,
it did not.
Okay.
By the way, Alde Marino, he must have walked in when you were showing your tattoo, Kevin. He says, "Damn, I walked in at the wrong time. What's up, fellas?"
Oh, hi. How are you, Alde Marino?
Damn, Alde Marino, what a champ. There's the newest Raging Cajuns logo, ladies and gentlemen.
Honestly, I like it better.
You do.
I mean, there's a lot going on here. It's very busy. I mean, it's definitely terrible, but at least it makes you stop and look at it.
Yeah. No, like you don't need all the you don't need all the graffiti. It's cool. It would be cooler if the wall itself was all white and the Ragin' Cajuns itself was graffiti. But if you've got the chili as the apostrophe, you don't need the limp dick chili in front of
more chili.
Like honestly, this Ragin' Cajuns logo has ED.
I mean, I think it's way worse, and I didn't think it could be any worse.
This logo needs Viagra.
It looks like something at a Lafayette bus stop that a 17-year-old did.
Yeah, it really does. It's
I
terrible.
mean, it's
terrible, and they should make it their logo because it's an upgrade. Last thing, Thomas, check your DMs in Discord. I just sent you. I asked ChatGPT to make the Falcons logo as horrible and pathetic as possible. And it came.
Please tell me it's the exact same logo.
that would have been well played, but I like this one. This actually warms my heart.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I like this for some reason.
No way.
No. But hear me out. I like it because I would love to see the NFL roll out some like grade school throwback logos for every single team. So that way everybody's team looks something like this, where it's like, where it has to be a very simple thing.
Falcon.
Are you actually defending this, Thomas? Take it down.
The Falcon for people that are only listening to the audio version. The Falcon, it looks like a chicken
like
that
a big
knows it's about to get slaughtered.
Yeah.
Like it really does. Like
a rooster.
No, it's too stupid to know it's about to get slaughtered. It's just standing there like it's standing on the conveyor belt, watching its buddies go into the metal hole, and it's just like, hey, it's a pretty good trip.
It doesn't even look like it looks like a chicken. It
looks like a griffin.
That's great work by you, Andrew. It's incredible. But I like your idea, Kevin.
I like the little Sesame Street sign there.
I'm definitely sending this to my buddy who's a Falcons fan.
Ralph, you should send that to the Falcoholic.
I should have had him do this.
I might make this my thing on Twitter, my picture.
It almost looks like an ironic beer logo. like if there was some Atlanta douchebag who was really into home brewing and was really into the Falcons, like he would put this on his beer.
I love this. This segment, it started slow, but it ended with a bang with us asking AI to ruin the Falcons logo. The Cluckin' Warguard says the Cluckin' chicken. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's that SNL bit. I love that SNL. That's a great SNL commercial.
Yeah. So it's Thomas. Before we get to the for the mailbag, Saints Happy Hour viewer questions are brought to you by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Thomas, take it to the top.
All right. There it is.
All right, Thomas, what's first up?
41 on a quick donation update. So Schmengi is still in the lead with $100. Who That Gopher right behind him with 33.3 and Shut Up Dave with 28.3 in the third place. We are 100.
So we got about $100 more to get Ralph to his third shot.
My lord, my lord. The magical 28 and 3.
Malort, more in the Malort zone.
Nice.
Right. So first question, Ralph, from Don Chico. He asks, should I try to find a St. Jarius Bird jersey and wear it to Orchard Park for the Week 4 game? Would Bills fans feel pity on me?
I mean, I don't know if you can find a Jarius Bird.
Is that game at Buffalo or in New Orleans?
It is.
It's in Buffalo.
It's at Buffalo.
I feel
you
like
used to be able to get the Jarius Bird jersey at the discount rack at the Black and Gold store, but those days are past. Now you get Michael Thomas, Pierre Thomas.
I mean, I think Bills fans are going to think of him way more fondly than we do.
Yeah.
So I actually think you're safer wearing a Bird Saints jersey in Buffalo than you would be wearing it in the Superdome, honestly.
That's right. That's right. I think that's a great choice. Do the Saints have any other former Bills?
Currently?
I'm trying to think. Yeah. No, I mean ever. Have they had good
CJ Spiller?
Yeah, I was about to say CJ.
Yeah.
Spiller. Oh yeah. CJ Spiller jersey. That's a classic.
Well, my good, dear, close personal friend and cousin Quinn Early played for the Saints and then went to the Bills.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, he went to the Chargers, I thought.
No, he went to the Bills. Then he had that one terrible year with the Chargers.
Kiko Alonso, I think, also played for the Bills.
Oh,
yeah. Good call.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Conrad Dobler.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Emmanuel Sanders.
Wait, Reggie Bush was on the Bills?
After the Saints, yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Tom Dempsey.
Tom Dempsey was a Bill? Wow.
He was a Bill.
Yeah. Thomas, what's next?
All right. Next question comes from Ali Marino. He asks, name your top underrated Saint from the Jim Mora era to the present.
Quinn Early.
Under.
Yeah, I mean, he was. Quinn Early was a good player. And he kind of lived in Eric Martin's shadow a little bit. So I actually like that answer. The most underrated. I'd have to look at a bunch of names. Give me
Wayne Martin. Final answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have trouble coming up with a better answer than that, honestly. Wayne Martin was insanely good.
I mean, Wayne Martin was so good. He had double-digit sacks at tackle and defensive end, and he was so good. He was still playing really good in 1999, and the Saints were like, "Hey, why don't you come back for 2000 and play one more year?" And he's like, "Nah, y'all are terrible. I'm just going to retire to Arkansas."
Yeah. I guess my pick would be, so I'm assuming you're talking about underrated by Saints fan standards. Whoa, what is going on here?
What is it?
Did
you improve the LSU logo?
That's one of the throwback logos.
That's the throwback
Jason
logo.
Champagne from Discord.
Yeah.
But that's an older logo.
I actually like that better than the circle tiger.
It is. That's from ChatGPT, man. That's from ChatGPT.
Yeah, I like
that. Looks exactly like one of the old LSU.
I like
logos.
the LSU logo with the beanie. It's very good.
Yeah. Wayne Martin's a great answer. I'm assuming that when we say most underrated Saint, that the player's not underrated by Saints fans. Because league-wide, the answer is definitely Marcus Colston. If we're talking about a guy, he never made a Pro Bowl, so
right.
If we're talking about league-wide, the answer is Colston.
Jim Wilkes is a good answer.
Well, yeah, but it has to be from the Jim Mora era.
Jim Wilkes
to the present, right? But Jim Mora era, I would pick Stan Brock. Stan Brock was a great offensive tackle, and he was Iron Man. He lasted forever.
That's right. Vaughn Johnson, but the Dome Patrol was well known and everybody loved them. I would say Gene Atkins, Brett Maxey were decent. They were decent.
Yeah, they
safeties.
were good. Yep.
We hated the corners. We hated the corners. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. What's next, Thomas?
All right, final question of the show belongs to Monadula, and I thought we already talked about this, but let's come back to this topic. Kinda. He asks, was fans PSG or the Eagles?
Oh man, Monadou was just being mean.
Yeah, he's just picking a fight here. That's so stupid. Like, why would you say there's like 3 teams in France that have worse fans than PSG? And pretty much, and pretty much every team in England has worse fans than PSG.
Soccer fans in Europe, it's different. It's a different level. Like, they have teams in Turkey that their fans are so bad they block them out the stadium because they've set it on fire, and they have to play for months at a time with an empty stadium. Galatasaray is, I think.
No. Galatasaray.
Galatasaray. They play in front of empty stadiums all the time because they
Galatasaray.
You said it like Kalachi.
They set off flares and catch their stadium, and they have caught their stadium on fire multiple times. Okay.
Yeah, they played some final of some league like a week ago in my town, and they demolished the town. Like the Sevilla and Chelsea fans came to my town and demolished it.
England was banned from the Champions League in the 80s because their fans were so freaking violent.
Yeah, also, like, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna get into this on the podcast, but like, there's a cultural element to whenever something happens in Paris. There are detractors for various reasons that want to create chaos, and they're not actually PSG fans. So
they're just people that want to.
If you read about like fires in the streets of Paris after PSG wins, those aren't PSG fans celebrating by setting things on fire. This is like, there are, socioeconomic reasons why that's happening. We can get into.
This is how.
So you're saying it's not just general French hooliganism?
That's a little bit of it, but I think there's also just like a big.
Right. I just wanted to make sure.
Immigrant unrest.
Sure.
Yeah. So when people are partying, it's like, we're gonna rain on your parade, kind of thing.
This is how crazy European soccer fans are. They had a game that it was a computer game in the 90s. I want to get it right. I think it was called Stormfront Soccer. And what you did is you picked your soccer hooligan gang, and your job was to beat up refs, burn stadiums, and intimidate the other team.
Then that's a really good name for it, because a lot of baggage with that name, my man.
That's the name. That name is really bad name. Now in the 80s, it wasn't as bad, but that's European soccer.
Yep.
That's so that's
anyway,
what it was.
The answer is definitely the Eagles, but I would
the French aren't throwing batteries.
Yeah, but I would rate most British clubs above the Eagles in terms of worst fan base.
Britain was out of control, but Britain, they had so many riots and like stadium failure that they've kind of like cleaned it up a lot. Just the thing is, what England did to clean up their problem was they put seats in the stadium. Like in the 80s, they didn't have seats. They just had bullpens, and they would just cram them in there, and like all kinds of horrible things would happen. So they you got to have seats in the stadium, and that sort of cleaned up the hooliganism.
Will D in the chat, there are no deads after Eagles wins.
That's not true. That is not true. So anyway, thanks for the questions, guys. Thomas, give us a donation recap before we get out of here.
All right, guys. So as you can see, we are on a 95 now week donation streak, and we are into single digits. We have 9 weeks to go, so like exactly 2 months in just before the season starts. Ralph is gonna have a photo shoot, with his wife. Shooting his
even that's nightmarish to think about.
Yeah.
Sexy hand. Thanks to Ariel for the generosity. Thanks to Ryan Prindle, to Jason Champagne, to Shut Up Dave, to Who That Golfer, and to the MVP for the first time ever, I think, with $100. Who is? The one and only Schmengi! Congratulations! You're on the list, Schmengi!
Does this mean that Joel Schmengi needs to be the random saint of the week? Or have we already used him?
I think you did.
We already used him.
The game, Kevin, hooligans storm over Europe, PC,
Whoa.
drunk soccer riot, violence, alcohol game. The only thing to fear is running out of beer.
Just hooligans?
Just hooligans, just soccer.
Ralph, was it Stanley Arnoux that had his Super Bowl ring stolen?
That's right.
Yeah, that's my random saint of the week.
Mm-hmm. If you find his ring, send it back to him.
Yeah.
So, everybody, thanks for joining us. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Thanks for making the donations happy. We appreciate everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show and made you laugh, and you're not a patron, consider supporting the show by going to patreon.com/SaintsHappyHour. Give us a shot. Every little bit helps make the show better. And don't forget to follow us on socials and wherever you get your podcast. I'm not going to thank Dave because he wasn't here. Thanks to Andrew, Kevin, and Thomas, the best producer on earth, running the show from back in Poland. Until next time, the bar is closed.